So just standing, holding on to your weights, feet comfortably under the hips, toes pointed forward, right to end. Just start by lengthening the spine by pulling the chin slightly back. Pulling it back toward the spine. We'll lengthen our spine, let the tailbone drop. Palms are facing our legs and just feeling the weights pulling the shoulder blades down, feeling the weight kind of helping our shoulders pull down. Good. And then we'll do some deep breaths as we lift up onto our toes. So if you want to bring your arms up, take your arms with you. Inhale. Take a nice full breath and exhale back down and inhale up and exhale down. Turn the palms to face forward and continue inhaling up and exhaling down. Good. A nice full breath. And we turn the palms to face away from us and inhale up. Good. And down. One more time. Lifting up onto the toes and exhaling down. And then bring the arms up. Bend the elbows to goalpost. Turn your palms to face forward. Good. Feel like your arms are pressing and your spine, your back, pressing into an invisible wall behind you. So just sort of feel like your whole arms are up against the wall. So we're going to inhale here as we press, as we exhale, bringing arms forward and letting the back round a little bit, upper back. And then inhale, press, feel the scapula sort of squeezing together as we press our arms back, and exhaling as we round the shoulders. Good, inhaling, press to open, and exhale, round. And then bringing your arms back to where we started. Just let your shoulder rotate to bring one arm, forearm parallel and lift, and the other arm parallel and lift. So we're rotating internally and externally, right? Our shoulders. So when you lift the arm, really press it into that invisible wall, right? And then the other arm goes down and press. Right, so you want to feel that shoulder open. Good. And then stay here. We're going to widen our stance. If you want to give your arms a break, feel free. We're going to widen our stance, heels pointed in a little bit, toes out a little bit, right? And just kind of sitting into as much of a squat as you're comfortable so your knees stay open. And again, our arms up against that wall. We're going to stretch our left arm up as we lift our right heel. And then bring it back as we lower. Stretch your right arm as you lift your left heel. Right? So opposite arm to the heel that lifts up. And really try to keep your arms up against an invisible wall so they stay level, right? The forearm up from the elbow. Just alternating. And then from here, keeping the heels down, inhale, exhale, twist to one side. Inhale, center, exhale, twist the other way. Good. Inhale, center, a couple more. Take a twist and center and twist. And center, straighten the arms, let them float down, straighten the legs, give your arms a little shake. And then we're going to bring our legs parallel. We're going to bend the knees slightly, flatten the back like you're downhill skiing, right? Arms close to our side. And we're just going to pull the arms back, lift them up, and release, right? So we get into the triceps a little bit. So just lift straight back and release. And lift and release. This time we're going to lift and stay there and see if you can't try to pulse your weights towards each other or kind of pulse your arms towards each other. Little tiny pulse. Good. And then relax and then sweep one arm forward, one arm back. And sweep. And sweep. Just let the arms. And now you really feel like you're downhill skating. Yeah. Lift and lift. Movement in our shoulders. All right, and then go ahead and let your arms relax and stand up, and we'll come to the end of our mat. Holding your weights, inhale, exhale as we roll down, letting the weights pull us down. And we'll just hang here, and you can rest your hands on your weights if you want. Let your knees do a little bend and straighten. And then holding on to your weights, just stack our spine back up, letting the knees be bent as needed. And just feeling the weights pull the arms down as you stack up. At the top, we take a breath and exhale back down. So feeling the weight pulling us down to the mat, hands on the weights. And let's bend one knee and then the other. And just kind of press the hip back. So we shift our hips, a little stretch and a little movement there. And then both legs straight. You might just put your weights right alongside your mat so you can walk your hands out. The pike, lifting the tailbone, stretching the heels down. Hopefully you can let your head and neck just let go and release. Good way to get some blood to the brain in the morning. And then maybe walking the hands a little farther out or taking the feet a little farther away from the hands to come lower and take a couple deep breaths. And bringing ourselves down to our mat. So we'll come around to our back with our weights. And you want them to be next to your hip, one on each side. Lie down. Rest our hands on top of maybe your fingers on top of your weights. And just, we'll take a nice deep breath here. And then as you exhale, kind of roll your weight down towards your feet a little bit as you curl the tailbone up. Feel your low back pressing into the mat. And then relax as you inhale. And exhale. Again, you're just going to do a roll of the weights down as you curl the tailbone up. And inhale. And again. Just feeling the sacrum move and the shoulders going down as we exhale. Good. And then you're going to pick up your weights and bring them up here. So arms to the ceiling, palms facing, shoulders relaxed. Reach one arm. Like trying to put your weight on the ceiling and then let it shoulder relax down and then reach your other arm and let that shoulder relax down. So just do reach and drop the shoulder. And reach and drop the shoulder. Okay, stretch. And then reach both arms. Lift, opening the back. And relax your shoulders. Good. And then on our inhale, we're going to let our arms open and float down to the ground. On our exhale, we're going to peel off the mat into a bridge. Adjust your feet as needed. Good. On the inhale, we lift the arms back up. And exhale, articulate the spine back down. Inhale, open the arms. And exhale up one vertebra at a time. Inhale, arms lift. And exhale, back down. Good. And keep going, opening out. And peel off the mat. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, back down. You're going to keep your arms here. Inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to curl up and reach past our legs. Just really stretch and lift a little bit. Stay here as you lift your arms on the inhale. And then lie your head and shoulders back down. Arms are just going to stay up, right? Inhale. Exhale, curl up and reach. Lift the arms to the ceiling. And lie head and shoulders back down. Good. Nice deep breath. And exhale, curl up and reach. We're going to stay here. You're going to take one weight over to the other. And bring the arms back to parallel. Take the other weight. You might need to bring your legs closer together so that you don't shift your pelvis, but whatever you need to do here, reach and then rotate and reach and rotate the shoulder and reach, rotate, right? So side to side. Last one. Good. Lift the arms, lie your head and shoulders back down. Relax your neck, maybe, head side to side. Good. And then we're going to lift our right leg up into tabletop. Flex the foot on your inhale. Now press your back into the mat, and on your exhale, stretch that leg long as you reach your arm back. So feel the shoulder blade reaching away from that arm as you stretch your leg out. Inhale, return. Exhale, pressing your back into the mat, stretch it out. Inhale, return. So the other arm is not moving, right? And if you want to add to it, go ahead and lift your left leg up and continue. So right leg, left arm is still moving away and return and stretch it out and return and stretch it out, pressing your back into the mat, shoulder moving in opposition to your arm. Good. All right. And when you return, put both feet back down on the mat and then lift your left leg up. Same thing. Press your back into the mat as you inhale. Exhale, stretch the leg long as you reach your arm back. Don't take it too far back. Inhale, return. Exhale, reach. Good. And reach. You want to add the other leg up, go ahead and bring your right leg up and continue. Reach and return. Feel your back on the mat. Good. And breathe. All right. And then when you return on this one, knees are bent, arms are up. We're going to curl up and reach past our leg. And now we're going to do same side arm and leg. So we're going to reach the left leg away from us as we lift our left arm to the ceiling and return and reach your right leg away as you lift your right arm. So same side, arm and leg, and breathe. So we're not bending at the knee, we're bending at the hip, right? So this is a toe touch or a heel touch it's called. So just kind of reach away and lift. reach, and lift. Good. And when you're even on both sides, go ahead and lie down, hug your knees into your chest, and rock your body. Just relax everything, especially your neck. Right? Relax everything. And then we just put our weights on top of our knees here and just kind of rest them on the right under your kneecap area. Inhale. As you exhale, press your weights into your legs and your legs into your weights. Inhale, relax, and exhale, press. Squeeze all the air out. Inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale, all the air out. Nice deep breath. Exhale, press. Inhale, exhale, press. Feel a nice stretch in that tailbone. All right, and then go ahead and just relax. Leave your legs up and take your arms out from your shoulders, and your legs are together. And whatever way is comfortable for you, take them over to one side and lift them up. And take them over to the other side and lift them back up. Right, letting the weights kind of weight our arms down as we do this twist, side to side. Breathe. Get some movement in our low back. You can maybe go a little farther as you get used to it. And then what we'll do is take our legs over to the left, start there, and then take your right arm and bring it over with you as your legs come to the ground. And then we'll open that arm, take it back, and then our legs will come up when they need to. Take them over to the right, and then your left arm will follow. We open the left arm out, and we lift our knees up, and they can come one at a time. You want to take the knees over, and then the arm follows, right? So we breathe, open, and lift. Take it over to the other side. Feel that nice twist and stretch in your shoulders. And open, and side to side. Oh, I could do this all day. Feels good. And then whenever you come onto your back again, go ahead and stay there. Bring your feet onto the mat. So our feet are close to our hips, and we're going to lift the arms back up to the ceiling. And you're going to lift your left leg up. If you can, straighten it to the ceiling, but you don't have to. Good. Inhale, exhale, bridge on up there. And then we're going to stay here as we lower our leg a little bit, however far you're comfortable, and lift it back up and bridge back down, right? So we'll do that a few times. Inhale, exhale, peel off the mat and lower that leg a little ways and lift it up and exhale down. Good. Just lower the leg as far as you're comfortable. It doesn't have to be very much. Lift it up and articulate the spine down, right? Take it lower and lift it up and exhale down. When you bring your hips down, you can stay there in the next one. And we're going to do a little, with your legs straight, little leg circles, like little quick ones. So inhale, exhale, draw a little circle on the ceiling, right? Across, down, around, and up. As you exhale. Reverse your circle. Hold the arms nice and still. And then we're going to stop, and then we're going to press our hips a little bit off the ground and do it. All right, just a few inches. Same thing. See if you can draw a quick little circle and hold everything nice and still. And reverse your circle. Shoulders be nice and heavy. Good. And stop and lower the hips down. Let your arms float out and down to the ground so you can release your weights. Just drop them. Grab hold of this leg and give it a stretch. And if you want to straighten your right leg as much as you can, work on stretching this leg for a bit so you can, curl up toward your leg or bend and straighten the knee. Move the foot. It's Monday, so we always really need a stretch on Monday. More so. And articulate the foot, circle it. And then we'll bring our arms out from our shoulders. Maybe grab the weights again. And we're going to get our leg as straight as we can and take it across. Feel free to bend your right knee as much as you need to. Take it across, reaching your foot towards your hand. And lift it up. And open that leg out, reaching your foot towards your hand. And lift it up. And again, across the body, reaching, really reaching for that hand. And lift. And open. And lift. And we'll do 3 big circles. So take it across, sweep down, around, and up. Feel free to bend either or both knees as you like. And nice big circles. And then we'll reverse our circle. And when you finish, go ahead and hug your knee. Just stretch it in toward your shoulder, toward your chest. And then we'll bring our feet back onto the mat, arms up, with your weights if you're using them. And we'll lift our right leg up, right? So inhale, exhale, peel off the mat, and we'll lower that leg a bit. Lift it up and articulate back down. Inhale up. Inhale and exhale. Good. We're moving our leg. We're trying to hold our pelvis nice and still in our bridge as we lower the leg and lift it and bridge back down. And whenever your hips come back down to the mat, go ahead and stay there. And with our legs straight, little leg circles, holding your arms still. Everything nice and still. And reverse your circles. Good. And then stop and press your hips up a little bit off the mat. And now circle. Circles can be very small, right? It's challenging. And reverse. Good. And go ahead and let your hips come down. Open your arms out. Put your weights down and grab hold of your leg. Give it a stretch and straighten your other leg if you want, or if it will. And moving our foot, of course. Articulate the foot, circle the ankle. Oh, all right. And then we'll bring our arms back out and maybe grab our weights. Take that leg across the body as we reach for our opposite hand and lift up. Open out as we reach for our same side hand and lift up. Again, feel free to have your left leg bent on the ground. Take it across. Really get that stretch in our hip. Lift up and open. Really open the hip. And lift up. And then 3 nice big circles across, down, around, and back. And breathe. And then after 3 times that way, we go the other direction. You can always have your knee bent as well. Good. And when you finish your circle and your legs up, you're going to keep it there. We're going to sweep our arms down, lift up and reach past our legs, right? And we're going to do 3 scissors and then do a click. So you're going to go scissor, 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 click, scissor, 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 click. Arms are reaching low to the ground. And really stretch the legs. Push the air out. Last one. Bring both legs up and relax everything onto the mat. Hug your legs, rock your body. And then we'll just put our feet down and do a big full body stretch. So reach your arms over your head, stretch your legs out. And then we'll just, with our feet flexed, we'll do a reach on one side, stretch on one side and then the other. Great. Lengthening our side body. And then relax and open your feet a little wider apart, arms in a big V. Take one arm over to the other and stretch toward that hand. And then we'll slowly lift this arm if you're carrying a weight. Open out and take it over to the other side. And we'll bring ourselves all the way back onto our back. Bend your knees, feet on the mat. Sweep the arms slowly down and reach. Then roll up to sitting. Go. And we're just going to sit with our legs extended, lift the sits bones, And you could just have your weights next to your legs. We'll inhale, and then on our exhale, we're just going to roll the feet and roll back to stack up. And roll towards the feet. Roll, stack up. And again. Roll. Stack up, and then bring your legs into a diamond. So these are bent. And just put the weights just wherever, somewhere around your ankle area or your wherever it works for you. Just put your fingers on them, and then just roll the weights away. And roll them back. And roll them away. Roll back. Hopefully you get a nice stretch in your sacrum. And roll away. And roll back. Good. And then we'll pick up our weights and bring our legs out in front of us. Knees bent to start with, so we can sit nice and tall. I think I need to move my body a bit. Nice and tall, lengthen the spine, pick up your weights, and try to straighten your legs more if you can, but keep your spine nice and straight and tall, right? That's the main thing. And then let's have our palms face down, our weights face down here in front of us. But inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lift the left arm up and bring it back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right arm lifts. Right, really focusing on lengthening our spine, right? Inhale. Lift and bring it back. And one more time. Good, and bring it back. And then face the palms to each other. Inhale, tall, and then just take one arm out to the side slowly and follow it back. So we're lengthening the spine as we twist and bring it back to forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and then slowly follow the other arm back. And bring it forward. And then bring your weights together. Bring them into your chest. So just rest them on your sternum here. But inhale, tall, exhale, twist. So it's a little tighter of a twist here. Inhale, center, lengthen, exhale, twist. Right? So we're not twisting too far, but lengthen the spine and twist. And one more, center and twist. Good. And back to center, relax your arms. Put your weights next to your legs again with your hands on them, maybe your wrists, like that, about that area. Inhale, tall, and then on our exhale, we're just going to slowly curl back about halfway. Stop, inhale, and exhale up, roll the weight back. Right, inhale, tall, exhale, curl the tailbone under, and then round back as you roll the weight up. Inhale and exhale, roll it back. One more, just about halfway or so, right? We're just going to warm up our roll up and then back up. All right, and when you come back on this one, pick up your weights again, bring them forward, keeping the legs straight. We're going to inhale, and then on our exhale, curl the tailbone under and just round back, pulling the belly in so you're right about just kind of on the tailbone here. Bring your left arm out from your shoulder, point the palm up, bring your right arm by your ear. So we're going to reach that right arm. We're just going to float the left arm up and down a couple of inches as we breathe, right? We'll keep curling the tailbone under, not leaning back too far. You feel it. All right, and then stop. Reach your right arm forward. Reach your left arm forward and lift back up. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Curl back again. And now left arm up, right arm out from our shoulder, palm facing up. Reach that left arm. Float your right arm up and down. Just a little bit. Little movement. Doesn't take much if you're holding a weight. And breathe. Good. And then we'll stop, reach left arm forward, right arm forward, and come up. All right. You're like, you're about to throw your weights, right? Okay, so we're just gonna, you can always put them down. We're just gonna do some rolling up and down. You feel free to bend your legs if you want, but when you come to the top, nice and straight, inhale, exhale, curl back all the way, and bring our arms a little bit back. Inhale as we lift. Hopefully the weights will help you come up, right? Inhale, exhale, curl, tailbone under to round back. Good. Nice deep breath. And reach and roll up. And we're going to add, if you want, lift the right leg. Inhale, exhale, round back. Good. Inhale, exhale, back up. One-legged teaser, right? And then lower. And if you want, lift the left leg. Exhale, back. Inhale, exhale, up and lower. Let's do two more. Optional, lift the leg and roll back. Up. Last one. And when you finish, you can stretch over your legs, let your arms relax. And we'll bring ourselves onto our side. You really only need one weight. We're going to lie on our arm and put our weight on top of our legs here, top of our leg. Good. Right, and glue the legs together. Inhale. As we exhale, we're going to slide our weight down toward our feet, float our legs up, float the head up, of course, because we're reaching for our feet. Good. And let that weight slide back up as you lie back down. Nice deep breath. And again, float the legs, reach for your feet, and then lift your arm up. And bring it back to your legs. And lower down. Inhale, exhale up again. Slide the weight, float the legs, lift that arm, hold, lower it, and back down. We're going to add one more thing. Inhale, exhale, reach for the feet. This time we lift our arm. We're also going to lift our top leg. And lower, just to add a little more challenge. And lower down. One more. Float the arm, float the leg, and lower down, and all the way. And then bend your knees. You're going to press yourself up to your elbow. Knees bent, half bend with the knees stacked, elbow under our shoulder. Heels lined up with our sits bones. Pressing into the ground. And you're going to take your, if you're using your weight, or you don't have to, but arm is going to be like this, right? Straight, elbow straight out from the shoulder, parallel. Okay, so we're going to open our arm, open our leg, and close. Okay, see if we can keep our rib cage lifted. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Open and close. We're going to add to this. We're going to open, we're going to extend the leg as we stretch up. We're going to bend the leg and close. Okay, inhale, Watch your arm to see if you can keep that alignment the way it's supposed to be, right? And close. And also try to remind ourselves we to keep our rib cage lifted. Good. And this time when we extend the arm up, stay here. And you're just going to let your leg lower down as you stretch your arm away from your leg. Inhale. And then on our exhale, we lift our leg. We bring our weight and leg towards each other. And then we stretch away. And we bring them towards each other. And stretch away. Good. And stretch away. Good. One more. And then this time we're going to let our leg bend and let your top leg be behind your bottom leg, open to the ceiling. So the arm goes back a little bit. And then take that arm, we're going to dive through, we're going to thread it underneath this bottom arm for a little shoulder stretch. And draw the arm back out and come up to mermaid or whatever bent leg position you want to do or can do. Find one and then bring this arm up and we'll just take a little side stretch over that way. All right, and then come up and let's go ahead and go to our other side. So we're just going to bring, well, you really only need one weight. So bring one weight on top of your legs as you lie on your arm. Pull the legs together. Good. Inhaling here. Exhale as we reach for our feet. Walk the legs up. And back down. Good. Nice deep breath. And float the legs as you slide the weight towards your feet. And lower back down. And adding to that, we exhale up and lift the arm up. And lower the arm to the legs and all the way down. Keep going. Move it up and lift the arm and lower the arm and everything down. And we'll add the leg. Good. Exhale up and then both leg and arm and lower. It's a little balance challenge. Good. Exhale up and arm and leg lift and back down and lower down. I can't remember how many we did on the other side. One more. I didn't. Okay. And lower down. Oh, and then we'll bend our knees. Bring ourselves up to our elbow. So the knees are stacked, heels in line with the hip bones, right? And then your arm is going to be elbow out from the shoulder, like that, to lift the rib cage, open and close. Now the trick is to keep your arm in the right position. Inhale and exhale. So we're externally and internally rotating our shoulder and then add. So we open, we extend, bend. And if your hip doesn't open very far, like mine on this side doesn't open very far, just whatever amount it opens, and you just extend the leg, right? We're really trying to open the hip while we're working it. Good. And this time, extend the leg. Arm goes over as your leg lowers and you stretch away. Inhale, exhale, arm lifts, leg lifts, and reach away. You can move your head and follow, kind of following the arm might be helpful for the neck, whatever works for you. Good. And breathe. One more. And then the arm is going to be up. We're going to let our leg bend and go behind our bottom leg, open to the ceiling. Have a little bit of a turn open, and then threading our arm through our bottom. Stretch. And go ahead and bring yourself up to sitting with your knees bent somehow, or whatever position you can manage here, and take a side stretch over. All right, and lift up. And we're going to, we'll do a, hopefully a hip stretch later, but we're going to go ahead and come on to our all fours. And if you can't be on your knees, you can probably do this like on your back, find a way to, or standing or something. But we'll find just put your weights somewhere and just kind of curling our tailbone under. We round our back. Maybe press the hips back toward the heels a little bit. And lift up and arch. Right, so moving our spine. Curl the tailbone under. Bring the hips back a bit. And lift up. Yeah. Good. And when you finish that one, we'll come to neutral and just take your weight with your one weight with your left hand. Might need to adjust your right hand or whatever you need to do as you stretch your right leg back. Okay, so opposite arm and leg. And our leg is straight, our arm is straight. Find where your right hand needs to go. And we're going to keep kind of look forward and down so your neck is comfortable. And you're just going to lift and lower. And breathe. Lift and lower. Touch down and lift. Now, I feel your whole body working. Then we're going to take this arm alongside our body with our palm or weight facing our leg, facing our body. Bend your knee, your right knee, so sole of the foot faces up. And we're just going to pulse upward. So arm and leg are going to do a little pulse. Feel like you're lifting your knee, right? Arms close to the body. Just a little pulse. And bring your arm down, your knee down, and maybe sit back to the heels for a moment. Take a break, right? Just maybe put your arms out and hips back. And then we'll come up and do the other side. So right hand has the weight, left leg back, level pelvis, find your left hand wherever it needs to be, and we're going to lift and touch down. Lift. Good. And we'll bring our right arm alongside our body, palm facing the body. Lift your left leg, bend the knee, right? Pulse up. Think of lifting your left knee more than trying to lift your foot, right? Lift the knee. All right, and bring everything back down to the mat. Stretch back to your heels. And then we'll come onto our belly with our weights. You want them to be wider than your shoulder with, shoulder width with your wrists on top. That. So however wide is comfortable for you, but make sure it's wider than your shoulders. Good. And we're looking down. We're going to inhale as we exhale, drawing our shoulder blades down and just rolling the weights in a little bit to lift up and roll back out. So we draw the shoulder blades down and then we press and roll them in a bit and back out. Into extension and back out. And let's add lifting one leg. So as we roll the weights in, we'll just reach and lift one leg and lower as we roll it out. And then reach and lift your other leg as you bring them in and back out. Alternating. And then when you come back out on this one, we're going to pick up our weights. We're going to bring our arms straight out from our shoulders, right? So looking down, you're going to just press into your weights to lift your head and chest up a bit off the ground and hover. And then just float your left arm off the ground and lower it. And then float your right arm off the ground just a bit. And lower it and just take a little rest. And then pressing into the weights, lift the head and chest and float both arms off the ground. Point your palms to your feet. Slowly bring your arms back, reaching for the feet. Pull the shoulder blades back and lift up. Now turn your weights to point to the ceiling, your palms to point to the ceiling, and lower down. And then again, we're going to reach, lift the head and chest up, and we're reaching for our feet. We're just going to pulse our arms upward, little pulses toward the ceiling, right? Arms are close to the body. And breathe. Very little pulse, just a little movement. And relax down. Oh, okay. And then we're going to lift up again, reaching the arms and take them slowly out the way you came. So move slowly if you've got weights, and then over your head in a wide V, and then relax down. Then we're just going to lift our right leg, take it across their body as we stretch our arm and leg away from each other, and then bring it back and lift your left leg and take it across as you stretch your left arm away from your leg and bring it back. And again, right leg Stretch your right arm and bring it back. And one more time, left leg. And back. Good. And just go ahead and bring your elbows under you to come up to the knees. We'll just take a little stretch back onto little child's pose stretch, or however you need to do it to stretch your back. So amazing how hard it can be with 15-ounce cans, isn't it? Or you might have, please don't have more than 2 pounds. Up to 2-pound weights, I recommend. Okay, and then we're going to sit. And you'll be glad to know that we're going to do a little stretching. Okay, so to start with, you can have your weights close by and have your knees bent and like that. I'm going to straddle. Good. And then lift your spine, hold on to your legs, and just pull your torso forward. You get a little stretch in the low back. And then sitting up, we're just going to let our legs sway over to one side. And you're just going to come forward on top of that leg and slide your other leg back. Okay, so just giving our hip a little stretch here. And then press back up, sliding your other leg up. Knees are bent, swing them over to the other side, and we'll stretch over this leg. You can slide that leg back and relax over this leg, maybe on your elbows, maybe laying all the way down. Just so you feel a hip stretch, right? Get into that hip a little bit. Right, and then we'll come up and you have the option of having your weights or not. And if you need to sit with your legs kind of in a diamond, you can, or if you can do a straddle. We're going to lift our spine nice and tall and anchor our hips as we twist over to one side. You're using your weight, put your weight inside your leg and roll it toward your foot. And roll it back and lift and twist over to the other side, anchoring our hips. We roll toward the foot and roll it back. And keep going. And if you want, you think you can go all the way to put your weight farther on the outside of your leg, that's fine. So you can go inside or outside. But really anchoring the hips. Right? Crossed and roll out. Breathe. Good. And whenever you feel you're even on both sides and you feel like you've got a good stretch, weights down. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to hit this button.